The Paris Eternal can't seem to catch a break. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and to another Overwatch League news video. Today I have a quick one for you, as the Paris Eternal have announced that they are parting ways with Ellivote because he needs to take a break from competitive play. This is kind of surprising. Actually, maybe I should say it's just really bad timing. I say it's surprising just because Paris were starting to figure things out. They were clicking a little bit. They had a really good first week of qualifiers, and then this comes, they're finally starting to get into a rhythm, but Ellivote at the end of the day needs to put his well-being first. This is the correct decision to make. I don't like it when players push themselves too much when they're hurt. He's making the right choice easily, without a doubt, but the timing could not be any worse. Ellivote was kind of at the forefront of his team showing improvement. He was a big reason why they were able to step it up so much. Compared to the Mei Melee, he looked a lot better. Him and Dan, I think they both kind of started to figure something out as a tank duo, so it's really a shame to see their chapter end now all of a sudden. Something must have really had to have gone wrong for Ellivote. He's probably playing through so much pain. Let's take a look at what he said on his tweet longer. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to read the full thing for yourself. So basically, what he said is that he's been dealing with this wrist injury / issue for his entire pro career. We're not just talking about recent pain. He means since the beginning back in 2018 when he qualified for contenders with Angry Titans. So we're talking 3+ years of playing through that same pain. I mean, that really sucks. He said the only real break that he got was when he was having visa issues for the Justice back in 2019. He kind of just iced up his wrist, and he said it started to make him feel a bit better, but that's only temporary, It never really solved the root of the issue. Ellivote goes on to say that the pain kind of comes and goes with time, but he's gotten used to it by now. That's kind of a really sad fact. But what really made me feel bad for him was when he said that going to sleep is awful. It's even worse than during the day when he's trying to play, because after 10+ hours, we're talking, of practicing and working hard, going into the zone and ignoring the pain, playing through it, it all kind of comes out when he tries to relax at night and go to sleep. And he said that has resulted in many sleepless nights. And as he says, that is definitely not a healthy thing. And to push him over the top, he said this week he just knew he had to stop because he couldn't even open a bottle or start a car by himself. And yeah, if that's an issue, if that's something you cannot do, it's time to stop, and it's time to really try and seek out some help and get to the bottom of this issue. It goes without saying that this is the right decision. I mean, the money and the glory of playing at the Overwatch League level, it's just not worth it if you're going to have that much pain, if you're not going to be able to sleep at night, if you can't even function normally and open up a bottle, let's say, yeah, that's when it's really time to just step back and relax and get the help you need. All of this goes to show that Ellivote is a good guy, He cares about having transparency between him and his fans and explaining what the heck is going on, but also, he's a good teammate too. I mean, obviously it was a bit hard now, given the situation that he's in and the pain suddenly elevating greatly, but I mean, before that, he probably could have continued to play and hide this injury from everybody, but he knows that's just not fair to his teammates. If he can't give them 100%, then what's the point? That really sucks, because they're trying as hard as they can to improve and win games and keep their spot in the Overwatch League for another year, and it's hard for them to do that if they can't rely on Ellivote all the time, so I think he made the right choice overall. I have no idea how long it's going to take for Ellivote to heal, but I think that he should take as long as possible. He's already proven that he can grind through the ladder and get to this level. He's done it twice, so I don't think that'll be a problem. I think he just needs to fully heal up. Take as much time as you need to get to 100%, because he could come back stronger than ever, and he could be healthier than he ever has been in his pro career. To all my Ellivote fans out there, though, don't be concerned. This isn't goodbye. He's still involved with Overwatch. He just won't be playing at the pro level with the Paris Eternal. He'll still be on Twitch, though, streaming the Overwatch League games, I believe, so that'll be great. You just won't see him playing anymore. That's all. Speaking of the Paris Eternal, now we have to think about what they're gonna do, because this is some pretty bad timing. They don't have much time at all to announce their new off-tank player. I have no idea how long it took for this announcement to go through. I don't know if it was very sudden or if they knew about this earlier this week, but either way, Paris just don't have a ton of time to scout and pick somebody up. Maybe they could even just go the direction that Toronto did after Hisu and Logix went down with COVID and they just picked up Aspire on a 30-day contract. Maybe they could do the same for their team, or maybe they already have somebody in mind that they like, that they've been scouting for a good amount of time now. It's just hard to imagine they've had a lot of time to scout. I just don't know. Literally just a few weeks ago, Ellivote was still playing. We're talking 2 weeks ago. He was in the Paris lineup as they won against the Justice and lost to the Defiant. And now all of a sudden he's gone? They've only had 2 weeks at most to know about this. Or I suppose there is a possibility that Ellivote has been wanting to step down for a while. He's been telling the Paris management about it. They've just been looking and biding their time, and they've told him to maybe stick around, I guess, until they found the proper replacement. I have no idea what's going on. That doesn't sound like that would happen, just because that would really suck for Ellivote to play through even more pain, and I don't think Paris would be that mean to him, or that cruel, I guess you could say. I don't know, though. You tell me. Okay, but who do the Paris Eternals sign now? That is the real question. I'm sure everyone's going to have their theories and whatnot, but I'm going to say maybe they go with KSA, the former Vancouver Titans off-tank. He's still been grinding in European contenders. He's part of New Kings and everything. Maybe they want to get him because he played with Dridro. That would make sense for the synergy, and he's not a terrible player. I mean, you have to imagine it's somebody that's playing in European contenders this month, right? Like, it just seems very likely. I mean, technically, there's a chance it could be somebody else, but given Paris's system they have and what type of team they're building, it would be the most logical to pick somebody from Europe. I suppose maybe they could go for, like, Adam or whatever. He's playing in NA contenders right now. Unless their intention is to wait and just, bite the bullet and have one of their DPS play off-tank, I'm sure you will see an announcement sooner or later. Possibly a couple of hours from now when this video is going up, a couple of minutes. Who knows? If something does come out, I'll be sure to keep you posted in whatever way, shape, or form I can. But now I wanted to talk a bit more about Paris before I end this video, because this really does suck, I feel like, for them. Ellivote might not be the biggest loss in the entire world. He wasn't amazing, but still, you want to try and have constants when you're a team like Paris, You're a pretty young group that's trying to build up your confidence and your synergy, and it's not exactly easy to do that when you have players coming and leaving all the time. I mean, what? That's like 2 members gone within a month? That's pretty crazy to deal with. That's very hectic, both for your players and your coaches. It just makes the lives of everybody else a lot harder. They did a pretty good job with Dridro and adjusting to him quick. He seems to be a good fit. But can they go 2 for 2 with another new player? I'm sure they definitely could, but there's a good chance it's not going to happen as fast as with Dridro, Sometimes these things take time. Not having that constant, though, it really does bite. I mean, even if you're not a great team, it just helps, It helps to have those constants around. That way you can all kind of just get better together. Even if you don't get a lot of wins, it can help ensure that you maybe have a job still and that people are going to be interested in you and that you're good enough to compete. Adding on that stress of getting used to new players and adjusting to their styles and synergizing with them mid-season is not always going to be an enjoyable thing. Ellivote is quite replaceable, and you could definitely find a better option than him out there. But, there's always the possibility of regressing, and that's the one thing you don't want if you're the Paris Eternal. You're finally starting to figure stuff out, and taking another step back, I mean, that's just really tough, and it really does affect your mindset. You're finally starting to play better, and then you suffer a setback of some sort. That's just draining for you mentally. All we can do now is hope that everything works out for Paris and that things go smoothly and that they figure out their off-tank situation the way they did with main support, because we really don't need this team getting any worse. We already have 2 winless teams in the league, so if this team got worse and they regressed back to that level, that would just really suck for the league for a competitive standpoint. Let's see what Paris can pull off, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of roadblocks ahead of them potentially, but if they can rise above all of that adversity, they have an opportunity to improve and get even better as a team. Very soon, ladies and gentlemen, very soon we shall find out what their destiny is. But until then, that's going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a like and subscribe if you want to keep up with all things Overwatch League news related, and make sure to let me know what you think of Ellivote leaving Paris down in the comment section and who you believe the Eternal will sign as his replacement. And until next time, this is ATP, signing out. Peace.